That is just an objectionable thing for humanity to do, right? It's not the worst thing we've ever done, but it's part of our worst instincts.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we're joined by John Oliver.
Here we are.
He's the Peabody Award-winning host of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, a show that's won more than 24 Emmys since premiering in 2014. Catch new episodes Sunday nights on HBO at 11 o'clock Eastern, with past episodes canonized rather conveniently right here on YouTube.
Oh, that's
John
right.
Oliver, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sean. I was gonna say it's a pleasure to be here, but let's not start with me lying right into your face.
Right. You know, that's how we build the trust.
That's
here.
right.
We just
exactly.
have to be honest with each
Exactly.
other.
Let's build an immediate connection. My instinct says this is going to go very, very badly. Let Stockholm Syndrome commence. I'll be honest, that was hotter than I wanted the first one to be. I would not say great at this point. I would say, uh-oh, we're working with a different spectrum than my face is used to.
We're going to put a number to it today, all right?
Okay, yeah, all right.
Do you have an all-time favorite misuse of HBO resources for a bit on Last Week Tonight?
I mean, I love misusing their resources. There's almost nothing in life that makes me happier than doing something I think they're going to be a little bit mad at. So yeah, we bought Russell Crowe's jockstrap. I was going to give people context. I don't know if you really need any. It was from the movie Cinderella Man. So we bought it and we sent it to one of the last remaining Blockbusters in Alaska. I think that then shut down. I believe
R.I.P.
It was then sent to the actual last Blockbuster, which I think is in Oregon. I think that's where Russell Crowe's Cinderella Man jockstrap is right now. The Smokey J. I don't like the name at all. Not horrible.
Right. I think you were kind of jarred a little bit by the first one, you know, but that would be like, you know, you're a football fan, right? That's like you got out on the pitch, you took
Yes.
a bump, and now you're settled into the game, you know?
Yes. Which football are we talking about there?
I'm talking about round
Yes.
football, you know,
Yes.
because I'm a host. I'm hospitable. You know
Thank
what I'm
you.
saying, John?
Yes. Oh, pitch. Pitch was the giveaway. Pitch. I didn't even, that really was hospitable. You said pitch and I didn't even internalize that you were being gracious. Yes. I love football very much. And that, you're right, that felt like, this one gave me a nudge. This one, I don't feel nudges anymore.
Because you're in the game, baby.
Because I'm
You're
in the game. I'm all about the game.
So when we had Louis Theroux on the show last year,
yeah.
he said that his Britishness works as like a superpower for
Yes.
getting American subjects to just reflexively trust him. Does that align at all with your own experience?
It does. I mean, he's a brilliant interviewer, right? In fact, I thought I was going to meet him. It was when I was working at The Daily Show. It was a producer there had worked with him, and they'd set up something for my birthday, and so he just needed to get me upstairs. And he said, Louis Theroux's here, do you want to meet him? And I was so excited. And then I ran in, and it was just a surprise birthday party for me. And I had to really reverse engineer. Oh, I thought I was meeting Louis Theroux, not this.
An emotional sort of short-circuiting.
That's right. This isn't what I wanted. You're not him. You're celebrating my birth. That's not what I was promised. The Stella Fuzz, Funky's hot sauce.
Yeah, the names are getting fun.
Yeah, aren't they though? Actually like that. This is going to be the moment I remember somewhere over here as the good times.
From breaking your nose in a Civil War reenactment to
Yeah.
hiding from security during the 2008 Republican National Convention.
Yeah.
What stands out in your memory as being the most harrowing experience you had as a Daily Show field reporter?
They were all pretty harrowing, I think. I mean, that was one of my first experiences in America, was breaking my nose. It probably made me realize that I was in the right place to work. It was a dream come true to come and work for Jon Stewart. That was my first interaction with the US healthcare system. No notes, by the way, Sean. Works great. To get back to the office and hear them playing that clip again and again, and laughing so hard. It kind of made me think, oh, you're more concerned about the joke than me? I think this is where I belong.
You found a home.
Yeah. Los Calientes, Verde. Again, I feel like I'm being hit in the face with a setup jab, right?
Right.
It's the lead left that is hitting me, but that's not the fist I'm worried about.
You know what? Just roll with it because we're moving forward. You know what I mean? Every step is a sauce that's out of the way. You know what I'm saying? So you just take it. If you got kind of a freebie, just take it. Don't
Wow.
apologize for it. Enjoy it. These are the good times.
Every
These are the
step
good
is a
times.
sauce out of the way. If that isn't a piece of merch, if you don't have that on a t-shirt,
Chris, run it.
then you're
Chris, run it.
leaving money on the table.
For the uninitiated, what's magical about the Edinburgh Festival and how do you think it shaped
Oh.
you as a stand-up?
I mean, the magical thing about it, and you know that word is overused, but to me there is a really magic to it, is that it's not curated. Like so many other festivals, you're invited to come so that you maintain a certain standard. The beauty of Edinburgh is that kind of quality control doesn't exist. So it's just absolute free-for-all of artistic mayhem, and that can produce things as great and as terrible as you would imagine. It is the greatest place. I miss it so much every year. It's the best.
And you know, it seems like bombing is almost a part
Oh,
of the
yeah.
process. It's like
Oh,
a rite
yeah.
of passage when you do that. Is there a set that you look back on and think of as like a comedy nightmare?
There was a gig in Edinburgh. I'm not sure if it still goes. It started at 1 a.m. It was called Late and Live, and it was a bear pit. So it was starts at 1. Notoriously aggressive. There was one time I'd bombed already, very fun, and then a comedian had gone on after me and done really well, and he was getting an encore. And as he came off, we agreed that it would be funny if I took his encore. So I then went back on, and a guy smashed a beer glass, on the table in front of me, and he said, "If you tell another joke, I'm going to stab you." And I said to him, this anger in you, it just can't be about me. And he said, "It really is." And you know, that's one of the happiest memories of Edinburgh I have, is having a guy saying, "You are going to compel me to commit an act of violence." That is how much I object to what you think is funny. Yes,
And
it's the
that
best.
violence, it's not me.
That's right.
It's you.
That's right. I promise this is you problem. Your implication is there are other things happening in my life. There aren't. I have a stable, happy life. You've turned it upside down and you must be stopped. Queso sin queso. I don't know if that's a collab I'd encourage.
But another level of heat, but it seems like you're kind of on top of it. You know, I was a little nervous with the first one, but it does seem like you've caught a rhythm here, John.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're asking, have my confidence gone up? No. I'm still at thinking.
That's smart. That's
We're-
smart. You know, where
we're-
people get into trouble is when they get overconfident.
Yes.
At this point, you know what I'm
That
saying?
is not possible. We're 5 in. I think we all know where this is heading.
You have a quote that I found interesting where you said, "The problem is the loudest journalism in America is generally saying the least." Can you unpackage that?
With our show, no one in their right mind would try and do a show about prison health. No one wants to hear about that. But they should know about it, and so we're going to force feed it to them. And we're in a very, very lucky position because we don't have the commercial pressures that other certain news outlets do have. So we are lucky to be able to follow whatever interests us and force feed it to people, but they can't or won't do that. And so you are left with, kind of yammering talking heads who on TV who are really not talking about much. And that's the problem with being in a perpetual election cycle. I know we're in an election year now. Never really feels like the election year
chills.
stops. That's the problem, right? And that takes out all the air from a room because you're just talking about people, but candidates, like politicians, whereas policies are much more important than politicians. But we are focused on the personalities, and that's easy to do, but it's not the most important stuff. Bourbon and maple think they're concealing what the third word is promising.
Now, what's nice about this is I do think you get a little maple up front. You know, the first thing you catch is maple.
Yep.
Then what happens
Yeah.
is there's this tail on it.
Maple delivered. Bourbon not detected, but I appreciate the idea it's there. And then the Reaper says, actually.
I'm the star of the show.
That's right.
I'm the captain now.
I am the guest at this party who is going to dictate the evening.
Are you someone who finds comfort in the stress and tension of an adversarial interview? It almost seems like it would be like a prerequisite for anyone who went through the Daily Show School of Broadcasting.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Yes is the answer, and I can't really square that with who I am as a person. There is something where my heart rate goes down and I don't feel what they are feeling. So yeah, I can't really explain why I don't mind it, and I'm drawn to hostile interviews. Yeah, it brings out a side of me that I don't particularly like, but it is there.